or get it dry. Compton in a box full of hat, shirt, socks. Compton in a box, rep the city on your block. Compton in a box won't cost you a lot. Compton in a box, made in Compton non-stop. Compton in a box, get Compton in a box. Drop Compton in a box, order Compton in a box. Compton in a box, best deal off top. Compton in a box, pick it up or get it dry. Compton in a box, full of hat, shirt, socks. Compton in a box, rep the city on your block. Compton in a box, won't cost you a lot. Compton in a box, made in Compton non-stop. Compton in a box is here, have no fear. Pick whatever level you need in fresh gear. The basic box is $69.99. Get $132 worth of gear to shine. The custom box is $89.99. Get $180 in value with quality every time. Two are made in Compton sweatsuit, snapback cap and socks. And a bonus surprise, laying neat on top. The deluxe box is $129.99. You'll get $265 worth of Compton classics gear design. More value, more style, more Compton, more fly. Dress built for the city and hold your head high. Compton in a box, get Compton in a box. Compton in a box, order Compton in a box. Compton in a box, best deal off top. Compton in a box, pick it up or get it dropped. Compton in a box, full of hat, shirt, socks. Compton in a box, rep the city on your block. Compton in a box, won't cost you a lot. Compton in a box, made in Compton non-stop. Now, push on over to MICPT.com. Alright, check out the site and choose whatever you might to get the best deals for the best price. Fast shipping to just about any and everywhere you like. Compton in a box, get Compton in a box. Compton in a box, order Compton in a box. Compton in a box, best deal off top. Compton in a box, pick it up or get it dry. Compton in a box, full of hat, shirt, socks. Compton in a box, rep the city on your block. Compton in a box, won't cost you a lot. Compton in a box, made in Compton non-stop. Compton in a box, get Compton in a box. Stop. Compton in a box, get Compton in a box.
Welcome back to MICPT.com podcast with the one and only owner of the Made in Compton Store. Bone, how are you today?
I'm good, and yourself?
Great. I see on this backdrop, we have to update the picture so we can share YCE, Young Christian Eternal, has a nice flyer. And considering the fact that tomorrow is Sunday, just want to send a shout out to YCE, Young Christian Eternal. Those of you that have been repping YCE has been a highlight of this week. So just want to shout out everybody. If you don't know already, those are shorts here, and there are different colors of shorts, and there's a Writer's Descent t-shirt, and I'll share what that looks like. Absolutely. And just really one quick second, because I know first thing in the morning some people are going to church, and I forgot to do this last week. Yes, so we have this t-shirt here, right here in the middle. It says Revelations 19 and 11, and that is 2025. Okay, on the t-shirt as well. There, of course, we have white t-shirts inside the Made in Compton Store, but then, and I know it's summertime, but it's wintertime in different places of the world. But just note that we do have this long sleeve t-shirt, very nice and comfortable in the evening, and it comes also in gray on a black long sleeve shirt. Okay, and then we have a few more. The Strong Faith, this white t-shirt right here, the very first t-shirt created by YCE. So yes, indeed, I want to make sure I did that before we proceed. And as you see here, also there are hoodies and with YCE on the hood, and there are white hoodies too, and there are beanies and white and black. All right, so oh my goodness, I wanted to make sure because church, some people go to church is tomorrow. Absolutely. So shout out to YCE. Yes. All right. Bone, as you know, it is the MICPT.com podcast, and we're having an open meeting. What would you like to talk about first?
I'd like to talk about the Media Hub, because the Media Hub just not getting enough attention. It's a
Okay.
place where you can turn your voice into opportunity, where you can step into a real studio built in the heart of the city, built with culture, pride, ideas that come to life. And if you got a podcast idea, we got the Channel 12 Compton station where you can do your podcast from the Media Hub. The Media Hub just got so many different things it can offer. Or if you want to do stand up or you want to do spoken poetry, we got the stage, we got the Compton Club. So, DM us or call us at 424-232-3389, and we'll figure something out, for your budget, and we'll get it together.
Yes. And, with that in mind, talking about the media hub that is really next door. So, this is your first time tuning in. Please note that this is an open meeting. We have a gist of what we're talking about, but we don't have an agenda or, something written out. So, please comment in the comment area and we can talk about those things if it's questions that you have and that type of thing. Okay. That's why we're on here live having a business meeting. Boom. I did look under here. I just used the chat GPT real quick just to share some seek out other reasons of why somebody might want to record outside doing music or creating an audio book. So it says that a commercial could be made for your business. It also could be a social media campaign. Like, for example, we have well, it's not per se social media, but we had a Teddy G campaign where we asked people to donate a teddy bear. And his name is Teddy G. And once we get a bundle of 10, we take them to a foster care agency or we ship them to a foster care agency, as well as representatives from a foster care agency come to the store and pick up the teddy bears. And Teddy G not only is that mascot of the store, he's an ambassador, and that may be something that another business you may have, or you may know somebody that has that type of scenario. Just a note, we created Teddy G, and he now has his picture on the back of 25 books that talk about financial literacy, tourism, literacy and love, motivational character, motivational, uplifting things, inspirational, character building, and he has t-shirts and hoodies as well. So just knowing that you can utilize that too. Just imagine some of these superstores and um, just restaurants that have been around for something like 100 years. They still do commercials, and we know where they are, but they still do commercials. So that may be something to consider if you know somebody that has a business, may not have thought about recording a commercial for their business, authentic one. Like they said, as much authenticity we can create within this next year or 2 years before AI really, improves and so forth. Like they say, people won't know the difference between AI and real people. But if you have a timestamp and you have an audience of people that know that that's you, is authentically you, and then you might consider utilizing the recording studio inside the Made in Compton store, the media hub there as well. Okay. And some educational workshops, we don't talk about that much. We talk about books, but somebody might want to just teach about something, and they can utilize that avenue of the fact of green screen, getting on stage, acting things out, or having a serious debate, or having a conversation in a podcast area. So it's just a plethora of things that can be utilized. I know that we're in the iconic city of content, but there are, and let me say, and there are other careers and talents. And so I know sometimes people say, well, I really don't do music anymore. And they're still so talented and they have the withal to do so many great things. But there's this notion that there's children that are attending lots of the schools from elementary school on up that are aspiring to be music artists, comedians, and so forth. So it's a workout room. If you think about a media hub, media being that there's literature, there's audio, there's visual, and all of that takes place in media hub. So I just wanted to put that out there, and that would be my input in today's meeting about the media hub. You know, boom.
Yeah, and if you got 4 or 5 minutes, take the stage at the Compton Club. You got
Mm-hmm.
something to say? You want to make them laugh? You want to make them think, feel? Step up at the Compton Club and let the world hear your message.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So yes. Well, outside of that, I mean, not really outside of that because that's a major thing, and you brought that up. I would like to say too that we do have legends are made in Compton and auditions, and an audition is free. An audition is an opportunity to practice, to hone in on your skills, and to participate collaboratively with other people and network. It's a really not just like, oh my goodness, it's like America's Idol. People are gonna be watching me, and we're gonna go live, and I don't know who's watching me. That part is true, but you just never know who's watching you as they're passing by or walking to their car. And because it's just like today, I met somebody that has 60 to 70 songs, and but just doesn't make music anymore. But I would have never known that if I wasn't sharing what we were doing inside the media hub. So there's some people that's walking around, I'm sure they're just geniuses. They're just like, maybe I didn't get my shine back in the day, but it's not to say that everybody wants to get a shine, but there's something about being acknowledged. And I think that part comes from the thing about not wanting to shine, because it seems to be a little negative connotation about it. And I think it's okay, but and it really seems like um, the people say, I don't want to shine. Maybe it is coming from a hurt place, or it's something sadness, or something because it didn't happen. There's some frustration, and that's something that may just need to be communicated, versus, oh, I don't need to shine, I don't need to be in the spotlight, you know because most of the time it does seem like, oh, because it didn't happen at a time where they feel like, oh, they were really into something. So that's something to think about too, because it's it's something to think about when we have lots of people. We know they're talented, we see them singing, we hear them singing, we hear them rap. We hear them, crack jokes, not crack a joke, but plenty of jokes, and over a span of time. But yet they don't get on the mic, or they don't share with the world, or they don't want to go on social media just yet. Um, some of that, it could be dealing with stage presence, or just being uncomfortable because of the unknown, or maybe not really used to being online, and something about not having that opportunity to edit something out. But, of course, that takes time. It's a muscle in that. Although, you go to the grocery store, you go to the gas station, you go different places, and you're live. You're on camera somewhere. You're, even if you're not thinking about the cameras at the gas station and so forth, there are people that are standing in line. There are people around you, that maybe somebody that even opened the door for you. And this happenstance, coincidence, seeing old people, I mean, people from back in the day, um, and just like, oh man, I would have dressed up today, but I was just making runs and going errands and different things, or I was just having fun. I was just coming out here for 1 second, and now I see you after seeing you in 20 years. And those things happen. but it's not like you're adamantly I want to share my talent and get on stage and everybody's watching me, but those things are just as similar. So but it is a muscle to that's why I call it a workout room, because uh, you're not, some people are thinking about like I mean, I know this is because I've heard this experiences before, and I've been an acting coach, and a lot of these things that I'm seeing is starting to help me remember these are the factors that have been hindering people with getting on stage or meeting their these producers, or being ready on the spot to do an elevator pitch or to actually shine in somebody's presence that may just be in position to help elevate a person. So the media hub is actually, if we start thinking about it, even if you don't think about it as a workout room, because again, then that start thinking about people that's trying to lose weight, like myself. Now I'm working on it and everything, but I'm still on stage. You see me out there. I was just like, we. This is what we're doing. This is how we look today, and we'll look a different, with different uh amount of pounds or what have you. But and then, like they say, oh, television puts pounds on you and everything like that. I don't want to do that. Okay. So but it's this other part. How do you want to impact the world? Are you ready to have fun? Do you miss sharing your talent? It's a lot of things going on. I understand that scheduling conflicts, because somebody might listen to this later on in the day and they were like, I didn't even know that you all had the media hub. I would have been there the first day and every day. That type of thing. Like, what are they talking about? So just to know that this is just what we've been experiencing, and it's not quite 90 days, like they say, a 90-day blitz with a new business per se. It's been there all the time. It's like a warehouse, and it's just utilizing the space and absolutely sharing some more community. This is being of the community. So actually, the pointers and the expertise, like the young man told me today, he said this is the first time he thought of me as an older person, because I gave him some peppermints. He said, that's an old school. And I was like, that's funny, because, the energy. He said, you just seem so much younger to me, and the joy and everything. But when you gave me, slid those peppermints, but that's the only candy we had. So I didn't, walk down there. He could have walked down there too if we was trying to get, just really had some. But when we just like, oh man, what's some candy and something like that, but that was fun. So it's just be little things that can make a difference in somebody's life, and you learn something new about someone else, and you get a chance to take these experiences to different places. But yeah, the media hub is incredible, as far as you just never know how you're going to impact somebody's life with your talent, your God-given talent, or even these skills that you're honing in, or these skills that you have learned from back in the day. Like, I didn't know that, I could whistle like a bird or sound like a bird per se, until somebody told me that because I have a gap between my teeth, I'm supposed to be able to whistle between my teeth. What? That I heard that back in the day in an acting class. So now that hold an acting class there, but you learn some different things when you network with people, when it's all about creativity and improv and that type of thing. So some people don't know that it's also therapy. I mean, it can go on and on and on, but we can stop there, because we try to make these shows 15 to 30 minutes. And well, the business show might be longer than the Thursday uh, Quiet Hub podcast. But yeah, Bone.
Yeah, I just like to, drive it home with the media hub and
Mm-hmm.
let you know whether you're doing comedy, poetry, or spoken word, it's your moment to shine. If you got raw talent, real vibes, and a crowd ready to listen, that's all you need.
Mhm.
4 or 5 minutes. That's all it takes. All
That's right.
voices are welcome. Real platform, real energy, real
That's
Compton. Pull up and grab the mic.
That's right. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and it's only $5 during the week, 4:15 to 4:50. Just think, okay, I can do this 5 minutes, but 5 minutes seems like a long time. Well, $5, put $5 toward your talent, toward you spending time with yourself, but having a supportive environment about your talent or your message that you want to, like Bone said, you want to share with the world. Okay. So going forward, let me tap back into that at closing since we started with that. But Bone, just knowing that the Native Compton store is becoming like a bookstore, definitely an author marketplace, a podcast network, a creative classroom, a place for entrepreneurs to grow. What is your spin about that?
Oh man, it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, you know, hold on for the ride when God is at the wheel.
Absolutely. And shout out to the new author as well. It's Arlise Marshall. She has a book called Nothing to It But to Do It in the store. And yes, all the authors we have in the store. And I'll be doing more videos this week as well about the books in the store. And shout out to all the people that took advantage of the Friday shorts. And I think it had a lot to do with that video, Bone, you did about shorts. It's really pretty neat to see you doing these videos. Yeah, because the shorts are regularly $33, but on Fridays they're $55. On Fridays they are $45 and you get a free book off the platter. And so that was pretty neat. I put the platter on top of the table there where we have the new Not Like Us shorts in different colors. And it was pretty cool. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
hmm So now I want to share about, um, or would you like to share, Bone, about the new apparel in the store?
Oh yeah, we just got Rosecrans Ave t-shirts. They're available in black and green and black and red. So stop by and get your Rosecrans Ave t-shirt
Yes,
while they while
absolutely.
they while supplies last.
hmm And I was just sharing the pictures of them right there. Oh, that's great. Cool. All right. So let me go forward and let's see. So when you step into the store, you see to your immediate left the book, like a bookshelf. And maybe I'm thinking because they don't have any prices, I'm gonna put those prices near them tomorrow because sometimes it looks like it's a foyer, like somewhere you could sit down and wait for other people to shop or something like that. But actually authors are counting on us to help get their word out there, their perspectives. A lot of people spent a lot of time creating those books, and it's a documentary, you know, part of their legacy that's sitting there. So yeah, I think sometimes when you don't see a price, people think it costs like astronomical or something. So there are a variety of prices. So I'll put those out there tomorrow. And then to the immediate right, you see the table of new shorts, Not Like Us shorts that come in red, blue, royal blue, dark blue, black, and burgundy. And then there are, of course, we have joggers too on the lower shelf right there. And then you look to your furthest right when you first enter the main Compton store, and there's the YCE on the wall. Where the mirrors are, and it stands for Young Christian Eternal, and you can see the new um, display there. And then you look forward and go back to your left. You see all these hats. They're mainly snapback hats, and you want to speak about those hats, Bone?
Yeah, It's a good time to get with us on the snapbacks because Snapback Sunday is tomorrow, and all
Mhm.
snapbacks in the store are only $25. So
Yeah,
stop
absolutely.
by and get another big discount with Snapback Sunday.
Absolutely. And then there's some people that still celebrating Father's Day, there's schedule conflicts and, people been going out of state and, coming back in town. And some people have family that's coming in town for the 4th of July. So just want to share as well. You can actually give them two gift cards. Each gift card is only $50, but you can buy two and for the price of $75. So it's pretty cool. But they will be able to buy $100 worth of hats. And then we also want to share with that in mind, they're going to stay for a while. So Wednesday is t-shirt day. Uh, wow, Wednesday. So the t-shirts, all t-shirts are $25 on Wednesday. So you might want to share family, friends, and every day of the week is actually another deal. It's from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. All you have to do is ask for the secret deal. Every single day, there's a deal. So 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. You just have to ask what that secret deal is that day. And Bone, you want to talk about Teddy G?
Yeah, Teddy G is a campaign we rolled out for foster care kids. Every foster care kid needs something that they can connect with that brings comfort. So we came with Teddy G. He's our mascot, Teddy G the teddy bear. And every time we collect 10 Teddy G's, get them donated through the customers or through one customer. And we call a foster care agency and we have them delivered or they come and pick them up. So help with the foster care with the Teddy G campaign. Help us get a foster care kid at Teddy G.
Absolutely. And when you say Teddy G at checkout, you get something free.
Just for saying Teddy G.
And it's all about sharing with people that we have a Teddy G campaign. Okay. So pretty neat, pretty neat. And let's see, when you think about below the hats, we have t-shirts, hoodies, or you'll see bomber jackets. So you see these lots of bomber jackets because there's a lot of people that come from Australia, different parts of the world where it's actually the opposite weather, and so that's why you see a plethora of those things. Because I know some people say, "Why don't you guys just like move these and put more shirts out here, or hang up these 5XL shirts you got right here? Because it's hot, it's summertime." But we have customers that actually come from cold climates on the LA Hood Life tour. So shout out to LA Hood Life tours. Yeah, like today, people came from Japan and Scotland. Yeah, that was pretty neat. And then there is the LA Hood Life tours. Just so you know, yeah, you can book the LA Hood Life tours, and they'll pick you up in Hollywood, take you around South Central LA, and to see different murals and lots of different, iconic spots, and bring you to the main Compton store for souvenirs, and definitely take you around to, like the Friday house, or the house where uh, the movie Friday was filmed, and take you on to places like the park where Venus and Serena play tennis. And shout out to the one and only Serena. She's playing tennis again. So it's a big deal. And, just a lot of different places. And then take you on to the Watts Towers and back on to Hollywood. It's very nice, nice LA Hood Life tour. And you can check out the site, and they actually go to different places LA. Um, and a lot of places in LA I haven't been, but the tour sounds phenomenal. You listen to the customers that come into the main Compton store. If we could film those videos, those conversations, you guys would be amazed. I mean, we were highlighting some of the customers. Sometimes they're just in a rush, and we just don't get a chance to get to the other to take pictures of the other customers. And it's the last customer that's right there, or because somebody went to the store, they're waiting for somebody to get out of the store, the Bunny's liquor, and so this last customer had an opportunity to take a picture, or or with his collectively with his her or her family, but it's just so much. We're working fast because they have an itinerary and everything like that. And somebody brought up this week too, like, how come you don't have a lot of Compton people taking pictures from Compton? Like, we hear a lot of this. Oh, I don't need to take a picture. I live here. That's number one. The other one is like, I took a picture already. No, so it's not that we don't ask, and it's just a matter of, a lot of people just like, it's, I did it already. So, but it's a lot of people that, have asked, and I've received rejection. as, you, as you know, I love to do these customer videos. I love to do the videos, period, though. That's true. So, yes. Boom.
Yeah, I was gonna say that everything happened for a reason, and reason that we opened the media hub is because the community need a place to express themselves. They
Mm-hmm.
need a place to use as an outlet, to degress from the everyday constraints and the everyday pressure of what's going on in life real time.
Mm-hmm.
So come to the media hub and get it off your chest, and we there for you if you need just an active listening ear.
That's right.
We always there for the community.
That's right. And with that in mind, I'm always talking about, write a book, or, can you donate a book and for somebody else, because the authors, have really made some great stories, and, I have read every book that's in the store. And just to note that inside the media hub, that's another place to use it as therapy, because see, writing a book is therapeutic too. Writing in general is therapeutic. And with the way the world, different things taking place all over the place, the Instagram, you see this, you see that, you want to see this, you want to see that, or you don't want to see this. And it's just so much going on. Sometimes you just want to, go somewhere and talk to a person, and, and have fun, and not, paying thousands of dollars to just sit for 20 minutes or so. And I mean, just imagine 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. Most people are working, and the people that are working, I mean, I'm not sure who it is or what have you, but I know, and not trying to lean on my own understanding, but in general, Saturday seems to be a day, is usually a day off for people. But how often do they receive a day off just to check in with themselves? Like, I'm a fun person. I need to release some of this pressure of all of these responsibilities and all of these different requests, and I'm inundated, or it's like they say, oh, I'm overwhelmed. Let me just say, I am overwhelmed with all the things that I want to do and not able to do, the all the things that I do, and I don't feel like enough attention is being paid, or I'm not receiving enough gratitude for the work that I'm doing. Come and tell us, because there's a lot of people that's saying that, but they just don't be in the same room at the same time. So somebody need to tell somebody that, yeah, that's what they're talking about when they go over there to the Made Compton Store. I mean, some people just think, oh, somebody, you going over there and buying a T-shirt? Oh, I'm waiting till Wednesday. It's not everybody saying that, because everybody don't know about that. But at the same time, what comes with that T-shirt? Conversation, resources, acknowledgement, a listening ear, active listening ear. You can't even put a price on that. So please share with somebody. Like, it's something to it. And that media hub would be a great place to say, you know what, give me that microphone and let me talk here to the world. Maybe this is not a TED talk. Maybe this is not, this large arena, SoFi arena, or, all these different arenas all over the world that have thousands of people in them. But you never know how many people may be reached. Because even when we reach 1,000 people on a live, imagine that's 1,000 people, because there are different addresses to those cell phones. Those are different people that you can impact. And sometimes it just might be just the one person that need to hear your point of view, your perspective, what's going on with you, positive, negative, on the level, what have you. But sometimes I know it's people that just want to say something, because a lot of people been honest too this past couple weeks, and really this week, that they going down there to drink or getting something to drink because there's some things that's bothering them. And it just seemed like they just having a good time, but it's really masking something else. They're doing it to cope as well. And of course, some people are doing it, merry, MERRY, to get some type of joy. And then there's this part where I'm, emotions. There's a difference between this AI era that we're in, that we're like, oh my goodness, that's another Waymo. Oh, it really isn't nobody in that one. Oh, this one must be under some type of research, because there's a person driving that Waymo. It's like different things are coming at people like, wow, we're really being immersed into automation, really being immersed into where there's robots really driving next to us on the streets that we regularly travel on. And then there's this thing about, man, I don't know who's listening to me. I mean, I got to do this, I got to do that. I'm doing the same thing that I was doing in the 90s, the 2000s. I've been going to work. I've been paying bills. I've been on the cell phone bill. I've been paying this car payment. I've been doing this. I'm doing the same thing, but the world is changing around me. We've been hearing that people are not coping enough with this. So we have to share that the media hub is a place, it's an outlet for people to actually get a chance to relax a bit, be heard. It's something about just being able to, share with people and find out that it's other people dealing with the same thing. It's amazing. That's why I say if we could videotape some of that, but we don't do that. We do enough. But I'm just saying, some people just don't know. That's why you see some of the people that some of them buy the same T-shirt, because they feel like, not that I'm getting the same communication, but it's something about the energy and the welcoming of, like, man, somebody's listening to me. Because some people tell you, you can do your own research. Whoever listens to the podcast, they're telling you that they bought this shirt, a shirt that they have on when they come into the store 5 years ago, and it still look good. They rubbing the puff on it and everything, but it's something about just wanting to come back and knowing, just like back in the day, they used to have this television show called Cheers. Everybody want to go to a place where they people know their name. It's something about that. Some people go to the same happy hour place. And it's like they know that they're budgeting. Some people budget to go to that same place, just like they budget for lottery tickets. They budget for going to a place that, they feel like that they belong to it. What is it? Those other places like the VA hubs, or the cigar parlors and things like that. Some people just don't know. That's why you can purchase a T-shirt. You don't just purchase a T-shirt unless you just don't have time. You know, it's a lot going on. You get more than a t-shirt when you come to the Made in Compton store.
Guaranteed every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So spotlight yourself. You know, that's what it could be. Spotlight yourself. And you know what? I'm gonna get dressed up. I'm gonna go do this, or I'm gonna dress like, how I want to dress, calm and comfortable. As I have a job that I have to dress in suits and platforms or dress shoes, and it's almost like I'll go to I'm dressed up all days of the week unless I go and I don't know, go watch a basketball game or go to a concert, and then I get to dress different. Um, and it's like some people just don't know that even just lounging, like the one lady, she said, "Oh, I buy these t-shirts because I like to sleep in them because I can't wear these to work." And then, at my church, everybody's all dressed up and got to wear the big old hats and everything like that. So I really only have one day to myself that I can wear what I want to wear. But I can wear what I want to wear when I'm at home. So that's her rationale. So it's pretty neat. But then there's people that they really just come there and they just give things out. They're a giver. Like, I know my friend is having a baby, or this person having, a bridal shower, and that's what they coming for. They saying this, they may say the same thing or something similar, but they're a giver, and so that's why they shop. And so it's the thing about it's a form of wanting to be connected to. And so this media hub would help somebody like that too, to get out what they want to say, because they seem like they have a lot of pet peeves. It's a lot of things that bother them. So that's why they seem like they in the mode to buy something for somebody else, or share, like, my friend is having this type of problem, and I want to make it a light situation, lighter. So we're gonna play some dominoes, and I think having these Made in Compton dominoes is gonna make it fun. Those people also should come to the media hub, because it's something underlying. You know what I mean? Not lying, but just underneath that giving thing. They want to be acknowledged too. I mean, every giver wants to be acknowledged as well. But sometimes it's not just like give them, some type of merchandise, or uh, they want time. They want, like, they need that microphone. And then maybe the microphone doesn't just stand right there in front of them directly. Maybe it should be pointed at a different direction. Maybe that's the other thing. We could put the phone that's streaming in another area, and then it just seems like they're talking to the people in the room, and but yet they know that we stream live, because that's what it tells you before you walk into the establishment, the media hub. So that could be the other thing, because some people intentionally don't like to do social media for some reason. And where that came from, that's another issue, because we live in a world that's all about artificial intelligence, social media, computers, technology, and so forth. So it's something about, where these negative connotations are, and instead of thinking positively and objectively, if anything, about the fact that they're tools. They help. They're there for assistance, as well as, like, okay, we can all, talk about all these negative connotations, but I think that's out there. It's a whole lot of that. But then there's this other thing. Some people are not being reached because people are listening to people that say so many negative things about technology, because they don't like it, or they don't know enough about it, or they don't know how to use it. And that's, like we say, that's that frustration level. You automatically say no when you're in a frustration level. You automatically disagree when it's at a frustration level. So it's something about, even if you to think about it in this aspect as well. Somebody that say books a media hub because it's $100 an hour, but if you want an engineer, it's $150. $100 that's spent regularly on, some type of um, hobby, shall we say, and you spend it on a media hub just to experience, wow, sitting in a creative zone that's all about cultivating your God given talent, all about focusing on you, all about listening to what you're thinking about, whether you speaking into a microphone in the recording area, or you are just holding your phone and you are recording yourself on your own phone inside the green studio and having a few pictures taken of yourself so you can see what your expressions look like when you're talking about things that matter to you, or actually getting on stage and not being streamed because you booked it for $100 an hour. That is your time. You're not being streamed on, the Made in Compton platform, and you are on that microphone just getting a feel. What does this feel like to step up on a stage? Or if you don't want to step up on the stage, stand right in front of the stage, just warm up to the situation, hold that microphone, and just kind of feel what that is, because it's something in the power of holding a microphone and it echoing, having that echolation, hearing that with your ears versus, hearing an AI sound, or hearing a sound from a medium like a radio, or your iPods or earbuds. It's something about hearing your own voice amplified on a microphone. And some people, what I've learned as well, have never had that experience. They've never touched a microphone that amplifies their voice. So, I mean, and then to sit there, the podcast area, you can pretend to be interviewed if that's the case. Or, what does that feel like to sit amongst a visual board of the greater Los Angeles, a part of the greater Los Angeles area, that this scenery is content, and you're sitting at a table that says Channel 12 content. Okay, that is what Bone came up with, MICVT, Channel 12 content. He's been having microphones, and he's been having that area, that board on the wall for a very long time. And just now knowing that you could be sitting there, and just what would you say to the city of Compton? What would you say from the city of Compton to the world, where the world, people from around the world come to the Made in Compton store, and they have different perspectives. Some are like, many of them are like, we want to just hear for ourselves. Other people say that it has already resonated with them, that Compton reminds them of their urban neighborhood where they live. And it's just like they have to travel from clear across another a continent to get to the city of Compton, just so they can see for themselves. How rich is that? And there's some people that pass by the store and have shared with us for, like, 10 years, because they was here when it first opened, or that type of thing. And they had the opportunity to come for free to showcase their talent or get on that microphone. But there's other people that have been wanting, they're waiting, they're saving money and everything just to come to the city of Compton. And they know when they come to the Made in Compton store, if they want to take a picture, or they do Instagram, it is many of them, as you see, that they want to take their pictures. And there's a lot of them that take their pictures on their own too, on their own phone and everything, because there's a strong language barrier at times. But I pretty much, I know a handful, almost two handfuls of words in different languages to at least say something, carry on a conversation, or at least I can read in their language. And some of you all already know, to spend time learning different languages just to rap a song. and everything in different languages. But just to know that they want to come, they've been wanting to come since they were a child. And some of us, you know, we were just born in it, in hip hop, you know? So here where all the superstars were birthed as well. And that's why I say the media hub is so extraordinary that we want to impart that. I mean, we had a nice handful of people there today. It is nothing like knowing that, yeah, it really could be a long line of people if they were thinking about, like, man, I see all these people from all these different international continents and everything taking pictures in front of the store. Imagine the experience that they had. Look at their faces. They're smiling. You see the joy and everything. And obviously, they even gave me permission to take their pictures and do the video. Otherwise, they wouldn't be participating. But like I said, it's a whole lot of people that couldn't because, there's a time situation. They rather, they shop or, they, have more people. It's too many people on the van. Sometimes there's just a couple, meaning a couple, a married couple, somebody that just got married, and then or there's a few people, one person from Scotland or one person from Japan, another person, from South Carolina or something like that. But just knowing that they have the opportunity to take these pictures and they are focused on the experience. And a lot of people, they just want to, like this, a lot of people have also say, oh, I don't know, if I can wear this to work. But when that they say that we can wear something like we get to wear college t-shirts as teachers, and sometimes they have spirit days that, talk about their alumni at church, and they can wear their t-shirts. But there's something about just knowing that the media hub, if you want to represent just yourself, like I've been doing this for this long and that's for that long. Like shout out to my friend, childhood friend. Sometimes she want to be acknowledged and this and that type of thing. But my childhood friend retired after 37 years. She was 19 years old and just retired yesterday from one job. I'm like, how many schools I taught at? And then when I decided I don't want to deal with certain things and everything in one school, I subbed so I can go to that school, that school, that school, that school. I have been at so many schools and everything to the point it's like, come on now. I can help this child, I can help this child. And no, I don't want to technically, run a traditional type school and everything with a master's degree in education administration supervision. No. But I love the fact of reading, of course, learning, researching. It's so much about school, but it's really about education actually, because your school is everywhere. Just like some people testified to the fact that church is within you. You don't have to regain your faith anywhere but within you, and you can have church wherever you go. You don't have to wait till an establishment, a brick and mortar, opens at a certain time on a certain day, and you have to wear what they want you to wear. But that is to each his own type of thing. I mean, I will too. I'll just I have a pet peeve. You see how that come across? I'm an acting coach too, but I just want you to know that came across like that because my feelings have been hurt. People say, oh, why are you taking notes? It's in the Bible. Because every time I went, somebody had something negative to say because I want to take notes. I'm not at Bible study. I'm teaching after school. I was a supervisor at the school. I come to church on Sunday. Then I tried the next church, and I'm taking notes. I want to read over my notes, the perspectives, and I wrote about what I heard in the church, and I wrote down the scripture at the same time. But somebody's got to say something to me about this, but then they having sidebar conversations on the same pew. And then they're distracted automatically, sometimes, with the children, but then they talking about something I don't even deal with the message and everything. So that's my situation. That's why, I've been working on Sundays for a long time. I don't mind working on Sundays somewhere. And I wanted the key to the schools when I was working as a teacher, as I wanted to be in there. So that's why I was working on Saturdays too. I just like the help and be, on task and everything like that. So these things are helpful to be at a place. Yeah, some people say I just have look like I have fun there every day. Well, you make the best of everything if you want to, but I'm telling you, it makes it easier when it's just like you have a chance to be so creative, and we are creative beings. But now with the media hub, come on, it's right there. It's not even, I mean, I haven't even seen as many television shows or even movies or anything where it show you like right here, we're gonna record this song and we're gonna get it mixed down or bounced down and all that kind of stuff. And then you're gonna go diagonal from there to the stage in the same room, and you're gonna perform. And then we're gonna put the microphone, the phone on live, and then you're gonna sing your song to the world. You might have walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe 14 steps. And that's what you're doing. And then after you sing your song, that could, maybe, a minute and 33 seconds to, 3 minutes and 2 seconds or whatever. Then you just gonna walk maybe 7, 8 steps across from the stage and sit down at a podcast, and now you advertise your business. Your business is that song. Then you may go over there to the one and only green screen area and take your pictures, some photo shoots that can go into a video or on your album cover or your CD cover or your website to your music or what have you. Come on, all in the same area, same building, huh? And if you knew your song like that, you can get all that done in an hour for $100. Where else can you do that? The media,
Nowhere.
the media hub is astronomical. That opportunity is so unreal to be in the same place, to pretend that you're somewhere else, create music for being pretending you're somewhere else, and to advertise pretending to be somewhere else because you used the green studio area, and to actually act out what you created. I mean, technically, you could do that in less than 60 minutes if you came in there on a mission. Like, I'm paying this $100 and I'm a profit off this $100 because I'm going to use the Made in Compton Media Hub for 1 hour. It's going to be less than 60 minutes. And you like that, you program it for 45 minutes. That way you have time to change your clothes if you was going to change your clothes or change a wig or change a coat or something like that. Because, I mean, if you, or change a shirt, or you had different types of styles of layered clothing, you do that like quick. You have your monologue. If you're an actor, you have a monologue ready, and your monologue is a minute or 2 minutes or so. Then you do that, and then you have a podcast script. Maybe you have somebody that's with you that does this podcast, or you guys script it out, and you do some. Sometimes you ad lib and everything like that because of the energy and so forth, and you do that the podcast area. and then you might change your clothes, what have you, type of thing, and then you get your song queued up, and then you drop your song, you record that song, and then you while your song is being downloaded, so you can get that mix later, or the engineer is there, and then a music engineer that will help you to get it mastered. Now you might have to pay a little bit more to get it mastered, but come on, if you got it like that, by all means, you have the access to an engineer. If you paid $150, then you can have an engineer to turn on that computer and everything, and you sit where that microphone is to record your song. And then you go over there to the green screen area, and you have that memorized as well, what you want to say over there. Or you just taking pictures. You have your photographer with you, or that same person that was interviewing with you that came along with you, and have your photographer take all kinds of pictures. And then you create a video from that. Mm. Whew. Yeah. It's a lot. A lot to think about. What you think, Bone?
Man, I think they could shoot almost a movie there,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the green room.
And what does a movie need? Visuals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a main character, a plot.
And if you already have that written out or memorized, you can act it out. Or if it's like a sitcom, and you pay for it, and then there are four people come with you, or two other people. You do 3 to 5 people, and man, you guys can do a whole whole thing. This person was, you had this dialogue over here, and then there are different chairs, there's tables, there are things that's already there to create a movie or some type of sitcom just in itself. I mean, it's unreal. So Media Hub, some people just have to see the big picture, and some people are saying, may say that because we have a lot of people that assist us and always ask, are you guys sharing this on the social media or anything like that? Because they can't even believe it. Like, how come I'm just now finding out about it? But we are, and I know on my Instagram, the one page, Made in Compton brand, get like an average of almost 70,000 views every time I see, the analytics is about 70,000 views per the last 30 days. So I don't know where those people are.
Man, that's a lot of views.
Mm-hmm.
And we get about the same amount of views. So just double that. 140 people, 140,000 people a month.
Mm-hmm. So it's something about it, but I'm hoping that this podcast gets shared and by so many people, especially the people that they know they have learned something from them, or they believe in them so much that they just want to share this opportunity with them, or definitely for themselves, just like, let me just check it out. I just gotta go and see for myself, because I've been wanting to write a book, I've been wanting to do a monologue, or I've been wanting to do something like that TED talk type of thing, or I've been wanting to get on stage and practice being a comedian, or just kind of like just see what it's like to stand on a stage with a stool and a microphone. Or be in person to do my own podcast, or and just be in a supportive environment. And I know I say a workout room, and there's actually a chair in there where you can actually work out a little bit. But back in the day, they used to call small places where people can practice their comedy before they go and get onto a big stage, or go to a big arena, or be a front runner doing comedy. There were these places um, back in the day that even like the great people would talk about. Like I used to go to this place around the corner, and then lo and behold, this superstar came into the room and said I can open for him. And it's like, what? And but you would never know. But that person was there because they're gonna practice their material, but then they saw something in somebody. And then that's how they became, recognized, because they got edified by somebody that was already vetted. So you just never know. So it's just a matter of like, what is that like? And then some people, they say they don't want to do things where there's small people, a small amount of people. Well, that means, you just ready for the whole world. That's what I hear. That person, that's some great confidence. And that's a person that we need to have a book about. So people like ourselves, can read about what kind of confidence is that, you know? And or is
Yeah,
that
and
just
then
you just tell me anything? Mm-hmm.
if you want, you can use it for video on purposes, and you can deliver it to the world. You can do like your monologue, stand up, or you could do your singing or your rapping, and then you can package it as a situation so you can get it watched on Netflix or one of the other streaming channels.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And back in the day they used to have this EPK. They're always talking about, you have an EPK? Electronic press kit. What do I need an EPK for? Well, that way people can learn about you, not just hear one of your songs, not just to see your headshot, not to just see you in an online magazine, not just to see you, because we got the headshots now in the media hub now on the wall. Shout out to Valentine doing a phenomenal job putting him up there. He's a singer and a rapper, and just knowing that it's so much that you could do. It's just like I can't. I mean, it's just I think it's just the part where like some people say, "Hold on, you're creative." You have that stage presence. You have that confidence. You love the mic. You love the camera. You love all this literature. You love that type of thing. Okay. And some people that are interested, they do too. But when did they get a chance to practice? I had a chance to practice. You know what I mean? I'm over 50 years old. I just happen to have had a lot of time to practice. But there are some people that haven't had those time to practice, and they're the same age as me. So it, of course, is like, I don't know if I can do it because they haven't did it yet. But when a person says, I don't know if I can do it, it sounds like they want to. They just need help. And there you can get the media help in the media hub. There's some people just like my friend that just retired after 37 years, same job. Amazing feat in this day and age. That, what might she do? She has plans, okay? But it's some other people that's just like they retired, they go back to work. They go work another job because they don't know what to do and everything like that. They're not into having fun, or they don't know what that is because they haven't been able to have time to be as creative, maybe. But those are people that need to be encouraged to come check out the Media Hub, because it might just be that place where they might be the next superstar. They may be that person where they're going to impart so many great things around the world, and it'll be shocking to them. Like, just because your voice at this inflection, this tonality, and you spoke with such um, you know, just eagerness to share, like, look, this is my first time doing this. I want to do more of this. I just haven't had time because I have to work on Saturdays. But I love this atmosphere, and I want to soak up as much information as possible while it's free. And this is just a wonderful opportunity for anybody that just know that is somebody that just need a little support. And people used to call it a little push, just a little support. You know, but you get a lot of support at the Made in Compton store. People that will listen to this podcast,
Much.
they know. Yeah. And then the people that's listening and has listened and so forth, if you could please, 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 please just share it. Share the podcast too more. Share the link to the YouTube channel. If you don't want to just be, because sometimes it seems like it's a pointed thing. I've been telling you should get on stage. I've been telling you're so great with what you say. I've been telling you that you creative. If it makes you feel like that's what you would be doing, just share the link to the MICPT Channel 12 Compton YouTube channel, you know? And then they'll get a gist of it. Have you been watching this? Did you see this on the channel? Did you watch did you listen? Did you see who was at the uh Legends Are Made in Compton auditions? And then they'll start, thriving. If you have to treat your friend that way to get them to pay attention, what have you. And then that way you don't feel a certain kind of way. But because some people, they know about it too, but they just don't want to do it. And and sometimes they need their friend to do it first. And the friend is like, I don't want to be on stage. But the friend is the one that's secure in the confidence of getting on stage. So it's just like, oh my gosh, it'd be so much going on. Oh my goodness. It's some people that's grace for example, I wish they would grace the stage because the things that the energy they exude, the conversation, everything. Oh my goodness. I just know a lot of these people would have went viral. Man, they were some characters. Hopefully they'll be coming back in town for their vacation soon. Man. Well, Bone, I know that the media hub is so fun and it's a reflection of how much you are, how creative you are. You're a lot of people coming to the store. I'm not saying anything new or anything like that, but it's you're a deep thinker and you listen twice as much as you speak for sure. And it is a testament that's media hub. Like, wow, just think of something and create it. There's music, green room, a stage, and a podcast area. Nothing of the sort says that you are not able to create a movie. You won't be able, it doesn't speak to that you wouldn't be able to create your own podcast, television show, sitcom, feature film. You can. You can do all that. Look at those. I mean, I know I forget the name of that movie that they just use cell phones and they won an award.
Oh, the Blair Witch Project.
Okay. And they also used was it that they was in the fields or something like that? AI. It was kind of like AI back then. And they were all blue
Yeah.
people or something. Yeah. So just imagine how long ago that was. And then here we are today. You can drive down the street and an autonomous car is driving next to you. Nobody's in it. Literally, that's what that means.
Nobody's home.
Right. And I mean, it looks like if it was a person in there, it could be a robot that's kicked back in it. It looks like it's so roomy because it's really nobody in it. And it's just going down the street. It's even making it seem like I was gonna turn, but now I'm not gonna turn because this other car slowed down, but now it's speeding up or something. but it make it seem like it's like a somebody like gonna jump into double dutch. They just like, oh wait, not yet. They could do a car like that, and there's nobody in there. Like it's really trying to be careful, making a left hand turn. Wow, it's amazing. Well, I see it's 10:30. We actually, like I said, this would be a podcast that we would speak longer about, um, because we have so much to talk about. I mean, we sometimes we talk about the products, but definitely, of course, this encompasses products, services, events, and that is an event. The Media Hub is an event. You can make it different types of event when you are on stage. Eh, you can speak about different events on the podcast. You can create different events like that one video where Bone and I pretend like we are at the beach. Absolutely, Lord. And then, music. It can make you feel like you're at different events depending upon what type of music you're making. So it's just so many great things in the Media Hub. And we hope to have a report next week where there were more people that got a chance to utilize the space and maybe actually even share their story about what they created, because we wouldn't see it, but it's the gist of it, and it's really nothing new under the sun. Somebody say, I created my first track in there, or I created my first podcast, or I created a podcast, just period. You know what I mean? It's really nothing new under the sun, but it's your podcast. It's what you have. Why? It's some people I don't share. I just go to work and I come over here and get something to drink, and I'll talk to you guys and everything like that because you guys are easygoing, and I just going back to the house. It's really people that be saying that, but it's just like they just have. I just believe that they haven't seen enough people utilizing that space for the creative, um, for all its creativity, or when they're there in that parking lot, they haven't seen enough activity to know that it's a space where they can go to. And, it's something about. I don't think people weren't going to the liquor store as many people would go to the liquor store. But of course, if they're renovating the liquor store, they paying attention to the liquor store, they trying to keep the liquor store clean, everything like that, people want to go. So it's the same thing. So it's just something new that we have the Media Hub, and we just really, the hope that people find out more about it, soon, especially right now where there's opportunity for more children too to, get that stage presence, because it helps with character building, self-confidence, help to build, even if they are you have a great healthy, or shall we say a healthy self-esteem, that it would improve. And so that self-esteem will cause them to have self-discipline and help them toward having a better school year, upcoming school year. And so they will focus more. They will, feel more comfortable, especially if they're in puberty, going to middle school or still going through it, and they're just entering high school. It's something about being able to access or activate their creativity in a supportive environment. So that is Media and Compton Media Hub is definitely that. Hmm. Yes, indeed. Bone, before we conclude, you want to share something?
Yeah, I like to say we got the over the shoulder bags available now. And while supplies last, because we only had like about 10 of them, and
Mm-hmm.
they available in different colors with different Compton logos on them.
Very nice. Yeah, absolutely. And so again, If you haven't got a pair of the Not Like Us shorts, we definitely have a plethora of Not Like Us shorts. And if you want to wait till Friday, you can. Instead of paying $55, there'll be $45. And you get a choice of a book off of the platter. hmm Outside of that, all right, Bone, I'm going to just read this. I just asked ChatGPT to summarize some that may be helpful for somebody too.
Okay.
Made in Compton Media Hub, where ideas become assets. Have you ever had a great idea but didn't know where to bring it to life? That's exactly why the Made in Compton Media Hub exists. The Media Hub is more than a room with cameras and microphones. It's a place where creators, entrepreneurs, authors, musicians, podcasters, nonprofits, and small business owners can transform their knowledge into content that works for them long after it's created. Every video you record, every podcast you publish, every commercial you produce, and every interview you complete becomes an asset that can continue introducing people to your work day after day. Think about it. A book reaches readers, a podcast reaches listeners, a video reaches viewers. Together, they create an ecosystem that allows people to discover you in multiple ways. The Media Hub is designed for people who have something valuable to share, and everybody has something valuable to share, but may not have access to professional equipment or production support. Whether you're launching a business, promoting an event, introducing a new product, teaching a class, or sharing your personal story, the Media Hub provides a place to create content with purpose. Imagine recording a commercial for your business, a podcast introducing your book, a social media campaign, a product demonstration, a customer testimonial, an educational workshop, a community announcement, a motivational message. Now imagine that content continuing to work for you weeks, months, or even years from now. That's the power of creating digital assets instead of simply making posts that disappear. At the Made in Compton Media Hub, we believe everyone has a story worth telling and a message worth sharing. Our goal is to help individuals and organizations build visibility, preserve their voice, and create opportunities through consistent, high quality content. If you've been waiting for the right time to tell your story, promote your business, launch your podcast, or introduce your next project, this may be your sign to get started. Visit the Made in Compton store to learn more about the Media Hub, and let's work together to create content that informs, inspires, and leaves a lasting legacy. Because in today's world, your story isn't just something you tell, it's something you build. All right.
So,
Amen. Absolutely. I'm like, that chat GPT is on off the money. But yeah, on real, if you have something that you want to share, and definitely you when you hear this podcast, please leave a comment or call the store. The store's number is on the website. You see micpt.com podcast throughout this whole show. You can contact us at address, but just knowing there's some people over there and you can hear, because I mean, we haven't been on this show at this long in a long time. And we had some people that passed by the store, they're witness. They seen we have people in there today cultivating, networking. It was amazing. Absolutely. So, but I know it's just more people, and in the sincerity that was shared today is just let us know that we gotta really take it more serious too. That there's more people. We need to help to get this out there, because there's a lot of people saying the same thing, that's going through the same thing, but they are not, they're just realizing it's people going through the same thing. And because they're validated, they're feeling so much better. So it's just like, man, we got to get it. Yeah. Get going, get going. Ooh, wee. Yeah. All right, Bone. Well, I'm gonna share a commercial and then we'll come right back and see if it's something you want to share before we conclude, okay?
All right.
Your book right here. Bone got a book. Bone got a book that's off the hook. Bone got a book. Bone got a book. Bone got a book that's off the hook. Talking about a story, the description alone impels people from around the world to support. Think about building dreams from the ground. Started a family, making moves, spreading sound. Got a record label, spinning truth in the boot, but life threw a curve, tested the roots. Read about it. The story sold on Amazon.com, NICPT.com, other places indefinitely. The autographed books at the Made in Compton Store, clothing and accessory store, resilience in the fold. Stories sold one book at a time, one subscriber at a time. Come on, let's support Bone. The game ain't safe. Story written by author Bone and sold on Amazon.com, MICPT.com. Well, that's actually a throwback video too. This is before the media hub was open. But that's an example there. You see? You know what I mean? You can create commercial or you can create an audio book. Oh man. And then, you know, just like now you've been doing PSAs and sitting on in the podcast area. And you've been on stage too. and showing them like just get up there, just you went up there with your phone and was reading the jokes.
Man, it was fun too.
That's cool. All right. Well, it's something you want to share. Otherwise, we're going to conclude the podcast.
Yeah, I want to say the Compton in the Box is the best thing going. Go to MICPT.com and check out the details and see if it fits you. But it's the best way to get 50% off everything we sell.
Absolutely. All right. Well, until next time, everybody, I'll play a couple commercials and then we'll end. Okay, Bone?
All right.
All right. So you going to let them know?
Oh, we're going to play a couple commercials and then we're going to end.
Absolutely. So you're going to say your favorite word.
Peace.
Did you ask though? Did you ask about the 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. the secret deal? Oh, don't be moving too fast though. Walk right in like you already know. Walk in chill like what's the deal? They might smile like it's real. Oh, it's real. No loud signs, no big display. But the ones who ask get blessed that day. Try and save while you look fly too. Whole outfit got a vibe brand new. Don't be shy. Just ask one time. You might walk out feeling extra fine. Friend respect. Wait, you didn't ask? Did you ask though? Don't miss out. 2 p.m., 5 p.m. flow. Every day made it Compton Store. Now you know.
Step into the store, feel the vibe so pure. Young Christian, eternal faith, love's the only cure. Wear your hope on your sleeve, let your spirit glow. Support the youth, let their dreams grow. Young Christian, eternal faith.
Hey, it's Teddy G, your friendly neighborhood bear from the Made in Compton store, here to spread love and good vibes.